And I do think that psychiatrists get a bad rap at being not as personable, even though that's our field. And so I just think I had a really unique ability to connect and be relatable.
Yeah.
Because in school, they teach you don't answer any personal questions about yourself with your patients and don't reveal too much. And it's about your patient. But at the end of the day, for especially professional athletes that have such issues trusting people in general, they have to get to know you a little bit in order to feel like they can share about themselves. So I found that that was unique about the way we were practicing is like, yes, they saw me through pregnancies and they knew like you can't say like I can't answer any questions about when I'm due. You have to be a person first. So I really think it was my ability to relate to people that allowed me to kind of grow the business, because at the end of the day, there's a million insurance-based clinics they could go to, but they choose to come to us.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that. So, with professional athletes in particular, are they seeking you out themselves, or is it something where the coaches are mandating it?
Usually it's the athlete that's seeking me out themselves or through their player association, like their union, where they go and they say, I need services, and then the union connects them, or agents. So I do get a lot of referrals from sports agents because if you think about the athlete ecosystem, who do they talk to every day more than their family? Usually their agent or manager. So a lot of times that is the first point of contact.
Okay, interesting. You reached out to us about a year ago. That's how you kind of came into
Mhm.
our world. And you hired Brandwell for a brand and a website. Like, tell me what was happening in your business at the time that even made you want to pick up the phone and call us.
Yeah, I think you talk about this a lot on social, and I think it's so true, is that, your website and your brand have to reflect the quality of services you're delivering. And you know this, I do a lot of consulting for psychiatrists, and the thing I tell them is it's going to be much more expensive in the long run to DIY it now and try and piecemeal together a Canva logo and a Squarespace website on your own and all these things than it that's going to cost you a lot more in the future and time when you have to redo everything well. So just invest in it now. Because for me, I had a website and it was good for the time I started. But I'm like, my market is very different. The clients I'm serving are different. And I need the quality of services I'm delivering to be reflected at that first entry point, whether that's the website or just the branding on social or somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that you shared that experience and why you reached out because your business was thriving. Like your practice was doing really well. You were growing, you were getting opportunities. But what a lot of people don't realize is the website that they start with, the brand and the Canva logo that they launch with, is not telling the same story about their business that they likely wanted to tell 3 or 4 years down the road. When, even you mentioned you started as a concierge psychiatry practice, but you weren't necessarily niche down to sports, right? And so a lot of times this happens where over the course of the first few years of owning a business, we figure out what we're good at. We figure out who we want to serve. We position ourselves. We become even more so of an expert, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
we know that, and the clients that we're actively serving know that, and that's why the business maybe doesn't feel the revenue hit right away because we're surviving off of referrals. But knowing how human behavior even works, right? What do we do when we get a referral, particularly for something as personalized as psychiatry or mental health? We are
Mm-hmm.
going to do our own research. We're going to check you out on social media. We're going to Google you. And if what we see is not in alignment with what we heard, then that creates a breach
Mm-hmm.
in trust, right? It makes people either move forward really hesitantly or it makes them go look for somebody else where it is in alignment with the referral that they heard.